If you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
Welcome to the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener. I'm Joy Baird. We're going to plant a variety of herbs today, and I'm going to show you how to do one, and the duplication of that will be the same with all of them. The one thing you need to know about herbs is you need to have patience because they can take anywhere from 7 to 28 days to germinate. So our setup is simple here. We've got a Rootmaker 72 cell tray, and if you're not familiar with Rootmaker, they are root trays that have holes strategically placed in order to develop more roots and prevent the plant from being root bound in the actual cell itself. They have come a variety of different sizes. They also have little grow bags, up to 60-gallon grow bags, coupon codes on the screen. They are a supporter of our Garden Talk radio show. Now, we're using an all-purpose potting soil, got a slow-release fertilizer in it. And we've got them in a 10 by 20 flat, so we're going to bottom water. And we'll also talk about moisture retention using a paper towel here in a moment. When we're doing herbs are very, very small, tiny seeds. I mean, we're looking like the size of carrot seeds or thereabouts. And we don't necessarily have to plant one per cell. I'm probably going to plant 2 or 3 per cell, and then with some of these seeds being very old, that'll guarantee that something will come up. On the newer seeds, I'll plant 1 or 2 or 3 per cell, and I'll wean out the weakest of the 2, and then we'll have 2 plants. Now, you can do this in a grow bag, such as the Rootmaker grow bags, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 10, 15, 20, 30-gallon grow bags, and then you actually can move it inside during during the winter or early in the spring if temperatures are inadequate. When you plant these outside, they need to be hot sun. It needs to be summertime. These are not tolerable of frost at all. You want to plant these outside the same time you plant your tomatoes. You want to start these about 8 to 12 weeks before your last average frost date, in that range, give or take a week or 2, due to the long germination rate of them. They do like warmth, so if you're in a regular home, 68, 72 degrees Fahrenheit, should not have a whole lot of problem. If you want to add a little bottom heat and invest in a heat mat, you can, or if you have a radiator or a very close heat source, you can set it near that area like we have with the radiator, and we've got some plants on there warming the roots in order to get them to germinate quicker. You do not want to have like a heater blasting on the plants themselves or on the cells themselves because it will dry them out and can actually damage the seeds. So let's get planting here. We're going to do some Italian basil. And again, the way I plant the Italian basil is going to be the duplication for the rosemary, the lavender, the large leaf basil, the tarragon. What else am I planting here? Mint, lemongrass, all the same technique here. So I'm going to take 2 or 3 seeds and just drop them in about 1/4 inch deep. This is loose soil, so we're not worried about them being compacted, and that's as easy as that. We are using window blinds, plastic window blinds, as markers. If you have excess ones laying around, you can find them. If you're fortunate enough to have them that are really dry, they will, I don't want to ruin that one, I'll get one back here. You can write on them, and then you don't even need scissors. You can just break them in the spots you need. So that works out real well. So that's what I've done. I'll just cover them over here. I've notated on the marker what we have. I'll go ahead and plant the rest of these the exact same way. No need to show you because you've just seen it. Then we'll come back and talk about water retention with a paper towel. We'll talk about what bottom watering is and how to take care of these once they germinate between 7 and 14 to 28 days. Okay, so I've got all of these planted. A couple of things you want to be noted on is we planted 2 types of mint. Mint is extremely invasive, so once we plant it and it's germinate, it will not go in the physical ground. It will go in a grow bag from rootmaker.com. And again, with the Rootmaker coupon code, you can save 15%. That you can choose to purchase from them, or if you choose not to, that's fine. We don't financially, we don't have any financial gain whether you buy or not buy from them. That 15% is something we've negotiated with them in order to get you a better opportunity to get a lower price on an item that will help you grow a garden better. So I wanted to make that clear. So now that all of these are planted, and the mint we're not going to put in the ground, but we're going to put in a grow bag, we need to water. And these will dry out very quickly based on the climate in which you're growing them in. If it's just a home in the winter, late winter, early spring, it can be very dry in the air. So the moisture wicks out of the soil very rapidly. So what we have found is you just take an ordinary paper towel. Now, if these were marked in all different cells, this would be a much more difficult task, but you could puncture the holes to get the paper towel on them. And then we water the top on them, or water over the top, just to kind of hold the paper towel down. And then we will finish watering from the bottom up. Now, what occurs, or what is occurring here, is after about 24, 48 hours, this paper towel will become extremely dry and crusty on top, which creates a barrier and prevents a lot of moisture from wicking out of the soil and drying out the seed. That's the number one deterrent of seeds not germinating, is the moisture has been pulled away from the seed and it can't germinate. So we want to keep moisture in the soil next to the seed for it to properly do that, properly germinate. So that's all water, and I'll put the rest in the base here, and then we'll let it set. Now, with the variations of the 7 to 28 days, we have to be vigilant on this and kind of check this every 4 to 6 days. And if we do begin to see seeds germinating, we can tear the paper apart and let that row germinate and keep the paper towel over the other one. So that's something we can do. Now, one thing you did not see as plant, which is an herb, is cilantro. It's a very popular herb, but it can be a very difficult herb to grow because it will bolt very, very quickly. Even the slow bolt seems to go to seed very quickly. That's what bolting means. It means it grows very rapidly, puts seed pod on, flowers, and flower and seed pods, and that's it. What we have found is what in our home we can grow it year-round. We will start. This has cilantro in a party cup, very heavily, densely packed. And in about a week, we'll be able to see it germinate. And about 2 weeks to 3 weeks, it will be a nice shrub of 30 to 50 cilantro plants. At that point, in a week and a half time, we'll plant another one in succession. And we keep this in the windowsill of the kitchen. And over the course of a month, we can have a multitude of sections of growth of cilantro, different stages of growth. And that's how we are able to grow it year-round. And you can get about 2 cuttings off of it. You can basically cut it down to about 1 inch above the soil. It will grow back in about the second time, and that's pretty much it. Pull it out and plant again. So that's a neat way to do it. If we are planting something of this magnitude, we want to use a grow light. We use them from Happy Leaf LED, made in America, have a very intense light pattern and large footprint, and we can keep the light above the seedlings 7 to 8 inches at any given time. We don't have to have it right on the seeds like you would with a traditional tube light, which, first of all, are very cheap, but do not produce adequate amount of light for the plants. They are always asking for more light. The Happy Leaf LED provides that adequate amount of light and the correct light spectrums in order for the plants to develop correctly, so you can have a healthy, happy plant to go outside, or you can grow it to its maturity with the grow light. So, growing herbs, little techniques, little tricks along the way to help your herbs grow better and have a better, more robust herb garden. And herbs are one of the most expensive items you can buy in the grocery store. Thanks for watching. I'm Joy Barrett. Join me again next time for more seed starting and techniques in order to get your garden to grow better this year than ever before.
For more information, please visit thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.